I am E.R. Vogel, and welcome to Inspiring Instinct. This is a show about crafting art and all the intricate details it really takes to get the job done. The main goal is to help people feel inspired to create themselves. Well, what I'll be talking about is poetry and writing tools like that, but there are a lot of different mediums and avenues that anyone can really go by to express themselves. So let's get these details in. And, well, to start, let's begin where art does. Inspiration. The overwhelming part of that is that inspiration is everywhere. And so it can be really difficult to figure out where to actually begin any project. It took me a while to figure out how to start as well. But that's actually the easiest part. Just do something. There are quite a few forms. Some quick, more vague examples. You can definitely talk about social climate, something I tend not to because everybody has their own opinion, and I feel like those less fortunate, less heard, should speak louder than mine. You can also talk about nature, how it is everywhere. If you've paid attention to anything in English class, even a little bit, you know Robert Frost and how incredibly, wildly intricate about how detailing nature and comparing that to life is just so fluid for him. It might be something for any of you. Something I do often is talk about emotions. I try to understand them because it is a constantly ever-changing task to do that in the first place. It helps me when I figure something out. And the more I do it, the more I show people, the more it helps others. And that's what made me realize what art is actually about. Helping each other and creating a safer life to live. Well, now you know some ideas, what to do with them. This is probably the more fun part of it all. You get to play around. You have an idea, write it, paint it, draw it, and then just toy around. You can overly detail it or create so much negative space it's like you're almost telling nothing. You could list facts. Just 1, this is why I'm sad. 2, this is why I'm happy. 3, this is why I'm both. You can create a story. Talk about a memory. Or something you thought could have happened to nobody you ever met before. But tell a story. A beginning, middle, and end. Not always in that order. Or you can really understand yourself. Take time to really look in at what creates art, what creates life. Or you can simply just try to preach to the world about how you think things should be. Try not to do that too often myself, because I can kind of rant and ramble. This show is probably a good start to doing better for that, right? But the coolest thing is you can mix any of that up. You can make a list about how overly detailed certain emotions are, and you can explore yourself while approaching it like you are the world itself. There's a lot of different ways to toy around and play with this area of entertainment. Now, how do you know when you're done? That is maybe the hardest part of it all. I still struggle with that. Most poets, they will tell you that a poem, a piece, a project is never done. It never will be. Sometimes it's just paying attention and realizing that the end will reveal itself. Now, I'm not a painter or a sculptor, but I feel like running out of marble would probably be a good reason to know you're done, right? A neat trick I've done, and it's worked out, I think, is to really tie things up, take every little detail, and put a pretty little bow on it. Make it all make sense, even if you're talking about things that don't. Now let's get back to talking more about the different examples of being inspired. Let's go into saying you want to write a long list about an emotion. A really good example is to list the things that piss you off or make you happy, and realize how much of that is in your control, how much of that is out of it, and what you can do for it. Because I do believe no one is ever alone with anything they're struggling or doing well with. It's easier to pay attention when everyone's happy, that's for sure. If you want to talk about nature, let's talk about the calmness of it all. The way moonlight can just sort of sit on your skin sometimes. Or the way grass can feel more comfortable than any bed you've ever been on, or couch I've ever taken a nap on. It is a beautiful place to be. Sometimes it can be so powerful and violent and devastating. It feels like everything inside of you as well, and so you also don't feel alone. This is wonderful that I'm even here, which is very confusing to me. But this is a wonderful world to live in when you think of it. And it's as awful as you can make it. So let's find the balance so that this social change can come so naturally to all of us. Now, I honestly thought that this would take me a lot longer, me just ranting and raving, but I guess I don't talk that much. But I do have a little bit of homework. So, well, let's call it play. Prompted play to sit with. Take some time. Look at wherever you are right now and write about it. Look at what feelings or memories come to mind when you are forced to look around. And look at anything that stands out. Why things are placed there, why you chose to place them there. This will help you be more present, be more aware of who you are, where you are, so that adding to the world of art will have one more voice of something beautiful and powerful and chaotic and loving all at the same time. I want you to break down why you are part of this. Because as Jack London, who wrote the great story To Build a Fire, which is perfect for wintertime, you can't wait for inspiration. You have to go after it with a club. Thank you. See you next time.